Love is the hardest, best thing that'll ever happen.
I cannot believe that After the Altar for Love is Blind Season 2 trailer has just dropped. Welcome back to my channel, guys. Zachary Reality here, entertainment host and reality TV expert, and we are going to get into it today. Y'all already know I have the tea, I have the receipts, I have the spoilers, I have it all. But what will I share? Stay tuned to keep watching. If you guys are new here, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, ring the bell. Thank you for joining. So, wow. So crazy. I mean, we had to see this coming, right? Like, we had to see this coming. Of course, they're gonna drop the trailer after they saw my TikTok telling them we needed it right now. Need After the Altar right now. I'm just kidding. Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how many episodes it's gonna be. I'm assuming 3 or 4. But we're gonna talk a lot about it today and react to the trailer. So let's start watching the trailer. I'm gonna put some clips on. We're gonna do one of those watch with me things. So hopefully it does well.
Dating world.
Some of us are still searching.
Sal moved on. It's just hard.
Marriage is not easy. Like, if anybody tries to tell you it is, there's a lie.
Now, I think what is crazy about this trailer dropping is that Jarrett and Ayanna, as well as Danielle and Nick, just announced that they are getting divorced like last week. Jarrett and Ayanna actually took to Instagram and put out a full statement on the fact that they are separating, while Danielle and Nick have not addressed their divorce publicly. They have not put out an Instagram statement. They have not talked about it, but they did file legal documents, which is public. When you are filing for divorce, it is a public record, which is public knowledge. Where Ayanna and Jarrett were able to kind of post on Instagram and say that there's no bad blood. You know, Ayanna responded to a comment, divorce does not mean hate. It is not all bad, hun. So I think that they obviously were like ready to announce their divorce, and the timing of them announcing their divorce with this trailer dropping, like, is this supposed to get viewers to tune in? Like, we watched Love is Blind and saw them fall in love and get married on the show. Now we have After the Altar, where we're gonna see everything just completely fall apart. They should have aired After the Altar before any couple announced a split. Like, how awkward does it have to be to now watch them on TV together, even though they're now broken up? Is that what's happening here? Oh my gosh.
Deepti and Kyle care for one another.
I just want to be around him all the time, honestly.
But after Shake, she doesn't deserve to go through that heartbreak again.
Okay, so if you guys saw my Instagram live this week, you guys know that Shake, who I did a live with, it's on my Instagram, he said that he did not go to After the Altar.
Or like maybe they're gonna just take some old clips of me and just like throw me in there or something. I don't know.
They offered him money to go. He was invited to go, but he did not attend. So he's not even going to be on it. Now, there is a quick snapshot of him in this clip, but it's most likely from the actual Love is Blind season, which was on Netflix, which we all watched earlier this year. But one of the big storylines for this upcoming altar is going to be Kyle and Deepti, and we're seeing shots of them walking in the street. You know, Deepti is saying if it doesn't work out, that they become such good friends that if it doesn't work out,
If we take it there, it could be the best thing ever. Like, what if it doesn't work out?
there's gonna be no turning back. And it seems like a few of the other girls in the trailer just don't want Deepti to get her heart broken or get upset based on what happened with Shake on Love is Blind. Now, I feel like there's been a lot of speculation whether Deepti and Kyle are actually dating or if it is just for clout. I know that Shake has openly said multiple times that it is just for clout. I don't know. No, I can totally confirm to you guys that they definitely were dating for a minute. I feel like there's been plenty of pictures that I've been sent and that have been posted of them making out, holding hands the past however many months. It's hard to know like when the timeline is of those pictures, but I do think they've definitely like dated and hooked up over the past year, but I don't think they ever like committed seriously to a relationship, because I know everyone's seen Kyle on Bumble and I know everyone's seen Kyle out with other girls. Like, those pictures have been like all over TikTok and all over the internet. So I don't think that Kyle and Deepti have ever been in a committed relationship since the show ended, but I definitely think that they've had like a friends with benefits kind of relationship for the past however many months, as well as them having to keep their relationship super tight knit and like the details of it, because they obviously weren't allowed to talk about it until After the Altar came out. And I think that there's been a lot of speculation because they want people to tune into After the Altar. So I do think it's a little bit inauthentic what they're going on, but it might not all be their fault, because if they did sign a contract, which Kyle totally commented or replied to someone on TikTok saying that like he's not allowed to say anything, like literally a couple weeks ago. So I do think it might not all be Kyle and Deepti's fault that this showmance thing they got on is definitely for clout. And I know they spent some time together in Los Angeles over the past year, so I'm interested to see how it all unfolds. And I do think that after The Altar comes out, it's going to be a few episodes on September 16th. I do think there's going to be no more lies and no more speculation. You know, we followed this cast really closely over the past year, and there's been so many things that they weren't allowed to say because of the contracts and because of After the Altar. And I really feel like now, after this show airs, we're really going to be able to get all the tea. And I will make sure to do as many interviews as I can with the entire cast or with anyone on the cast to really get to the bottom of everything that is going on. Shayna also will be making her debut with her new husband, Christos.
Shayna is the other woman. She's still trying to tear me down when I've done nothing to her.
Followed that a little bit throughout the year. They got married in Greece. They did like the courthouse wedding, and then they got married in Greece. And this trailer is teasing a little bit of a feud between Shayna and Natalie. Shayna is saying that Natalie might be coming for her, and also seems like Shane has some resentment or is harboring some ill will feelings with Natalie as well, since we know the two of them are not together. They ended things. It was a little bit of a messy breakup, and Natalie definitely was the star of season 2. I mean, you can argue it, but I really do feel like she got the most screen time. She got the best edit. She was really put on this pedestal. And what we're seeing in this trailer is that Natalie might be entering her villain era.
Behind the scenes, Natalie can be an instigator.
Natalie is telling everybody that she found really inappropriate messages between me and you.
You know, you saw Kyle saying in the trailer, Natalie likes to instigate things. Shake came out earlier this week or last week and kind of said that there was this audio or this video recording of Natalie talking crap about Shane before their wedding, and then she went on to sleep with him, which Natalie said was a lie. So I'm sure that will play out in the media or in their interviews over the next few weeks as well. Like, I love Natalie and I think she's great, but I don't know what edit they're going to give her, because I feel like we see this a lot on reality TV, where if you get a bad edit on one season, and we see this with Bachelor, you'll go to Paradise and they'll give you a good edit, right? Or if you're a villain, they like a redemption story. Or if you're like the best character and you have the best edit, a fall from grace, right?
Much more has happened. I need to tell my truth.
You got to be careful if you do 2 seasons of reality TV, because it never goes as well the second time. And we see this on Real Housewives too, when the second year of Real Housewives, they get a bad season, right? So I'm a little nervous for Natalie. I definitely think this is going to be a rough go for her on the season, but I'm not too sure. Now, some of the things I know about After the Altar for this reunion is that they all met up at a winery in Chicago, and that Danielle and Nick were the hosts. So kind of like how the first year, were Lauren and Cameron the hosts? This year we have Danielle and Nick being the hosts, who also are now getting divorced. So it's crazy timing that these two couples are getting divorced right before After the Altar airs. I mean, you really can't make this up. And I think a lot of fans are wondering if there was a contract. Now, I don't know anything about a Netflix contract if these couples were forced to stay together for a certain amount of time, but I do think it's really fishy and obvious. These divorces are coming out right before the show. I almost feel like I wish After the Altar came out a couple months ago and then we saw their divorce. Like, I know After the Altar was originally supposed to air in August. So the fact that it got pushed to September 16th, like, it makes me wonder, like, did the production company know that they were going to announce their divorce? And did they tell them when to announce it because this trailer was about to drop?
There's something that you're not sharing.
He's never been held accountable. He's immature.
Like, it's just too convenient. And it's like, you really don't want to question the validity of these marriages, because these are real people who had real love. They got married on TV, and I know that they both of the couples really did want to make it work. I mean, at least I think so. You know, I don't know Jarrett and Ayanna personally, but I do know Nick and Danielle a little bit personally, and I know that they were in it together and that they really were in love and that they wanted to make it work and they saw a future. Like, I've talked to them and I know that. So I don't think that this divorce is super easy for Nick and Danielle. I actually think it's really sad. And I want to reach out to Danielle and ask her like how she's doing, but I also want to respect her privacy because I'm sure this is a difficult time for her. Jarrett and Ayanna, on the other hand, I've never talked to either of them. I don't know their relationship from what happened after the show. It seems like a lot of people in the comment sections are saying that Ayanna was too good for Jarrett, that he liked Mallory. I don't really know. I think we're gonna see these divorces play out on After the Altar, and I wonder if they ended up deciding to film a couple more things now that there is some updates on the couples, because I know they originally filmed it in like February or something earlier this year. Now that there are some changes, I wonder if the production company decided to film a couple extra scenes of Jarrett and Ayanna, just because the whole cast is still friends. Like, everyone hangs out. They honestly should have been following them with cameras the past like 8 months, because this cast is an iconic cast. Like, there are so many people interested and invested in this cast, and I think I've seen a lot of the feedback saying that they're a bunch of clout chasers online. And honestly, I think they just have given us a good show. I think everyone's played their part and played an integral part in giving us a good reality show. And these are real people with real lives and real life feelings, and they still have managed to give us a good show. And I think that's why the show is so good. Even though it's a mess and even though we're not getting happy couples, they are authentic. And I think, I mean, for the most part, obviously the contract is preventing them to be super authentic and like what is actually going on. Like, we don't really know. We're gonna find out, especially with like Kyle and Deepti. But I do feel like the cast really did give us like good TV. And that's why I keep talking about it. I find myself so connected to this cast and this season. That, and you know, whenever I post videos about it, I get so many views. But I will definitely be your Love is Blind After the Altar investigator from the season. So you definitely want to be following me on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, because I will be talking about the show and breaking it down and doing lives or interviews with some of the cast throughout the season or after the season, during it. I am just so in the know with Love is Blind Season 2. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I will definitely be back here for a part 2 later this week. I need to kind of digest this trailer since it just came out today, but those were kind of my initial first thoughts and reactions. I'm excited to watch it on September 16th. Let me know if you are in the comments below, and be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe before you guys head out of here. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye!